Hey, welcome back to the Overland Bonfire. One of our staff members informed us we'd be calling it the Blue Ridge Bonfire, which we had decided to change that. So welcome back to whatever you want this Bonfire podcast to be called.
We talked about what we want, so you can call it what you want.
It's complicated because we're in the Blue Ridge. The company name is Blue Ridge. The company name also has Overland in it, and it's our industry. So we should flip a coin for every episode.
Maybe. I don't know. Certainly we're not, our branding is not proficient, I guess is the key to
the
that.
roughly 500 to 1,000 of you that listen/view this know who we are and what we're doing. So
the roughly 500 to 1,000 of you.
Depending on the week,
The 12 people who are
those
still
lines,
here because 1,000 of them just left.
Along those lines, 2 podcasts ago, for some reason, it blew up. So whatever you guys did on that one, let's do that again.
Yeah. Matter of fact, drop a comment letting us know why the last one wasn't as good as the one before that, because
we would like
something happened.
We'd like to understand what we did right.
Because the consensus has been we have no idea why a month ago did so much better than 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the whatever you want to call it, Overlanding Bonfiring podcast. We got a lot going on today. So
presented by
Blue Ridge Overland Gear. So for starters, some of you know that I've got another gig. I do some riding, some gear reviews. There is a logo on here, and there's no way anybody can see it. But I got this pour over kit from Vessel, where it's everything screws together, pour over, the grinder goes in there, 2 mugs. And Matt gives us a lot of crap about pour over coffee, so we're letting him enjoy some that was just made.
I don't give you. It's not that I give you crap about pour over coffee. I just say that my palate is not sophisticated enough to.
That's why we made you pour over with Dunkin's that was left at my house. So yesterday we had pour over made
your
with
palate.
we made pour over with some really nice coffee, but
we made a bad pour over from some really good coffee.
So the grinder has a ridiculous amount of settings, and Logan and I were like, let's see what the bottom of that is, and it turns it into snuff. 100%. My great grandmother did snuff, and I had a flashback. I wanted a little spoon to just
we should have tried it. That would do something.
Yeah, immediately blowing your nose is I think what you should probably try after that.
Immediately blowing your nose.
So we're Matt's trying some pour over coffee with a Vissel setup, kind of a cool Overlandy coffee setup where it all goes into it looks like a big thermos when it's all screwed together.
It is a pretty cute system.
Yeah. Like Logan.
And the packaging is it's more exciting than opening an iPhone.
Yeah, no, 100%. People talk about our
Apple
packaging.
Should take a class from these guys.
Yeah.
Actually, you're probably paying for the packaging quite a bit. But anyway, it
comes with a photo book. Before you get to the coffee setup, there's a newsprint, it's probably...
it's nice.
8x12?
Yeah.
Photo book.
It's almost like a little coffee table magazine kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they took
that has let's be clear. That has no pictures of coffee.
Well, right. There's maybe there's one of these on a table in a campsite, but
you couldn't tell.
That's what I was going to say. They took the lifestyle idea to another level because arguably there might be one of their products in one of those, but it's also so far away and backlit at sunset. Really a great photo that you would never know.
And I will say that it's a pretty nifty setup. Pour over for 2, it's everything you need in a thermos size. And then it is a little bit of a mental exercise of putting it back together. I've got pretty good at it. But the first couple times I would be like, I'm done. I'd look on the table and there'd be an extra part and be like,
so close.
Yeah, where did that go? Russian dolls are tricky when they're all the same size. Plus, you're probably going to be happy to hear, or maybe you won't care at all, we're bringing back the jerky tasting, and Logan is just going to tell us how he feels about it philosophically because he doesn't eat meat. And
have fun chewing on your animal flesh.
Yeah, like I do every time. Well, not every time, but most times.
Animal flesh.
And then we're actually going to have
tasty. If they weren't so tasty, it wouldn't be so hard.
Right.
I could be a vegan if beef wasn't so good.
There's a lamb in the shop right now, and I feel like it should have a countdown clock for when it becomes chops around its head.
Let's be clear. He's not kidding. There really is a lamb walking around the shop
for
right now.
The last 2 weeks, you'd be in the
for
shop.
Those of you who thought you misheard that.
Literally during a meeting, it just came over and nibbled Logan's shoe yesterday. And then actually we got another thing, an podcast update. We'll save that for the next episode because I don't know if you guys know this. We do wear the same things a lot, but not the exact same things. on record days. So if we're wearing the same clothes in the next episode, it's because we recorded it right after this.
Also, we said that the we'd be continuing to improve the setup here.
I just wasn't going to bring that up, Logan.
Well, at this point, we're going to be like 2 months in. So
Yeah.
well, how do we say this? We haven't done that yet.
Matt's cracking in. I was going to actually do our subject matter of the day first. But,
I'm sorry. Let's do that.
yeah. So the actual episode, as you may have realized when you downloaded it or you clicked it on YouTube, is how to reclaim wasted space.
And beef jerky.
And how to reclaim beef jerky. Ugh, reclaim beef jerky sounds terrible.
Bad.
So a lot of our products obviously kind of like fall into that category, I think, but it's very important because if you're on a trip, especially you got multiple people in the vehicle or depending on the vehicle, thinking about places you can claim space, and more importantly for me, organized, right? Like you're reclaiming space and stuff's actually accessible.
Yeah.
It makes things a lot easier. And then we may actually lean into some like tips and tricks or hacks for like packing and storage as well.
We've got to do this beef jerky thing because I can't think about much else.
Okay, so we'll talk about that after this
and
break, brought to you by Matt Really Needs a Snack.
Yeah.
What do we got, Matt?
It just says gourmet jerky, beef jerky since 1992.
Is this one you acquired?
No, so this is Sam got me the Jerky of the Month Club.
Yeah.
So I get 2 packages of jerky every month. So we're going to be good for the next 12 months, and I appreciate the effort there. Sam, my daughter Sam.
Yeah. Quick backstory.
Oh shit.
Sam works in the 5-second rule. Nobody else comes in this building. Sam works in the shop with us and actually in the office with Logan and I on occasion. And back before Christmas, she was like, "Hey, I want to ask you about getting a gift for Dad." And I was like, "Oh God, I mean, like." Your dad's like me. If he wants something, he just go gets it. And she's like, no, I found this beef jerky of the month. And I was like, I love that idea. And so will he. But also thank you, because we're not going to forget to have beef jerky for the podcast anymore. I felt like she was giving us all a little gift there. So
Yeah.
no, and that is a pretty slick Christmas present too.
All jerkies are not created equal. Gourmet jerky is actually the name of it. This is teriyaki, sweet and spicy. Here you go.
Where's it out of?
I'm trying to figure that out.
Should have brought the mushroom jerky, I'm telling you.
Okay, so first off,
So this is from California.
I'm going to score it
guess that
based on texture.
Not really California.
And kind of cut. Is I like the thinness of it, and I like that it's like terrible. So Logan, I don't know if you've ever went back, but we did a whole episode like where we did like a ton of jerkies. And I am not the person that likes them to be like glass-like. Like I don't want beef potato chips. I appreciate a little chewiness, but this is still really thin. Coming off the coffee.
Holy crap, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good. Like, I'm really surprised. I was not expecting much when it said sweet and spicy. That would not get me to buy it. I did.
Sam, this one was a win. Like,
Yeah, you did well, Sam. There's going to be a lot of editing in this, I'm sure, but
no.
No, I'm going to leave it all in. I'm going to turn up the mouth noises. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's ASMR for sure.
Yeah.
Someone hold a piece in front of the mic and rip it really.
Oh my God. That was so
That
good.
was pretty nice. Yeah.
He says, oh, like he can hear it in the ear.
I mean, I could hear without the headphones.
Yeah. So yeah, gourmet. I give them like a 7 or 8 for
Easy, yeah.
for texture and cut. Flavor, like an 8 for sure. Like
I would say overall.
because again, like teriyaki is not really my thing, but this is really good.
Yeah.
So about that wasted
That's
space.
a first.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is Logan's problem, not mine, but he just has to edit all this out. So, not just like day to day, or I say not necessarily on a trip, but also just day to day, like reclaiming wasted space in your vehicle. Matt, do you want to lead off?
I'm willing to.
I feel like there's one that we're all going to say. So, like,
What is it?
like the back seat panels. Like,
Oh,
it's our product, but it really does make a lot of sense.
yeah. No, there's that. I guess that one's probably pretty obvious. So it wasn't where I had quickly. So I mean, the things that get me are like door pockets are always destroyed. Like they're always just full of crap.
Right.
So having a way to kind of keep them together.
Yeah.
Because I think they just end up full of junk or not used, one or the other. Like you either get one extreme or the other. Somebody keeps them really clean, or they just get, in my case, they just get trashed.
And it's such a vehicle to vehicle thing. Like Brandy Subaru are great. Like you could put some of our utility pouches in it.
Yeah.
I really wish whoever at Chevy was like, we'll make them 2-tiered. Would have been like, we'll just make one bigger one. Because I have one in my front doors that's like, it's for like a Bic lighter and Hope. That's the only thing that'll fit in there. Like it's a tiny little tray. It's hard to get stuff out.
Huh,
and it's below the grip. Like it's not even the one that where you put your hand. There's one.
Oh, really?
And then you have one that's like you can fit like a small water bottle and then maybe another thing. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. No, I can fit 2 Diet Pepsis and a 6x12 in my front seat door pocket.
Front doors. Yeah.
And
my truck does not have the best options on those. So yeah.
Yeah. No, door space, I think, is a place that's overlooked as far as like storing things you need.
I do wet wipes and bug spray wipes though. Those do fit.
Organize them. Yeah. Stuff like that. I mean, anything like that I think is pretty handy. And the glove pouch actually manages wet wipes really well.
Yeah. No.
That's one of the things we actually designed that piece around was so that it would actually hold wet wipes too.
Yeah, in the summer I went full bug spray wipes.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's just like easier to apply.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
And for me, like they don't really dry out that quick. Like
so my only problem is that we're totally off topic here, but on bug spray I use permethrin. Yeah, permethrin.
You do the treatment like.
I fucking hose everything down probably twice a week.
Well, so usually
I hose my boots and my, from the knees down because we have such a tick problem and I'm so afraid of getting alpha gal that I damn near bathe in that shit.
So I've got
and
some
then
like
I may add some DEET or some of the red off.
This is usually when I'm like fishing in the summer, and I'm like, I'm going to be in swimming trunks and, wet wading boots or shoes. And I'm walking through a hayfield to get to a pond or a creek, So, and for me, it's just, it's like coverage, like instead of spraying it, you literally wipe and you can be like, oh, I did get everything. So.
Yeah. No, it's not a bad idea as a supplement to my blue cans that I buy a case of every year.
Yeah.
And keep them because, again, I have a huge fear of ticks, and we have a lot of ticks. So,
all right. So door pockets, and
door pockets
and
are
having
huge
ways
things.
to organize those.
Yep.
I was gonna say, depending on your vehicle, just like knowing what weird little pockets there are and like making use of them. Like the back of my vehicle has this weird space in the bottom that is like where there's like the jack and that stuff in there. But it's got a ton of space in there. And when I realized that, I started keeping like, I like I have like a pair of boots in there and some tools and stuff.
And yours is really easy to get to. It's literally just like lift a flap. Yeah.
And then like on either side of the back, there's little window pockets. And I just made the decision, like one of them's kind of survival-y kind of stuff. Like I have a water purifier, a little stove, and then left is camera stuff.
Got, like, I was saying Logan does something that makes sense for him, but like honestly, anybody that if you're filming or taking photos, he has a just stash of lens wipes in his vehicle. Like,
I have a lot of those too, but it's just because my glasses, like air makes them dirty. I don't even know what happens. Like I wake up, they're dirty. I clean them, they're dirty. I don't understand it.
I think one for mine, or kind of two, I should say, is like the hatchback, having some way to organize that so it doesn't just become like a crap. Pile of crap. Like we keep a cube caddy in the back of Brandy's full time, and we have a second one for like when we need to organize more.
Yeah.
So she has her like emergency clothes in a packing cube. She has like some jumper cables, stuff like that. And it's nice because if she needs to haul something, she can just pick up the whole cube caddy and move it. And have the full access to the hatchback. But my big one already, we obviously didn't bury this lead. It's the seat back panels, like. Not just for like keeping things organized. Like I've got a fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Like
I actually put my fire extinguisher on the floor and just use the seat panel to hold it up.
Yeah. No, it's at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
I keep another water bottle pouch back there for big water bottles that won't fit in cup holders. But something we've done forever is we've got 2 medium Velcro pouches on the back. I don't wear glasses any longer, but we used to both wear glasses, and we both kept emergency pairs of glasses. In case you were out somewhere and you broke them. Like I was blind enough pre-LASIK that breaking glasses would be a bad day. And so we keep 2 pairs of just older, a prescription to good glasses in the back of the seat backs there.
I have glasses everywhere.
He does.
Yeah. I buy 3 or 4 sets at a time.
Yeah.
I have them stashed everywhere. So one of the things that I have not done yet that I'm going to do, like in the truck, I've got a compartment above the glove compartment that's just an open hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
your
just
truck
a
has that little
cubby.
dashboard.
I don't know what that thing is, but so I was recently one of the I use sticky Velcro for a lot of stuff, like sticky hook for a lot of things, and I was recently thinking like there's actually two spots that I one I use and one I'm going to start using, but putting some of that down and not necessarily putting pouches, but I put I'll put the loop side on things that I just want to not come flying out of there.
Yeah. Well, because you've always got like Kestrel, and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, but I mean, like ear pro.
Well,
I mean, like the in ear, ear protection stuff like that. Being able to Velcro that case because I have like rechargeable 3M ones.
Yeah.
Being able to Velcro that just inside that cubby so it doesn't jump out of there. I can pull it out pretty easy.
Yeah.
And I think using like just recently have sort of been investigating like even putting like my little Sony camera in there. And using one of the keepers, one of the 4x8 or 8-inch but 8x2 keepers, and I just cut one set of stitches out of it.
Oh,
so
So it'll hold
only,
a little it's like a little point and shoot camera.
Yeah. And so I can stuff that in there.
Yeah.
Things like that. So I'm going to start figuring that out because I think that's some space where I can store some things that I'd like to have at hand. I want to be able to grab. But I also don't want really rattling around the truck, and I don't it's not a door pocket piece. I don't want to stash it in a pouch that I might forget about it.
I just had a stroke of inspiration. Logan may be getting a new rig in the future, especially by the time this episode comes out.
That's true.
And you know what you should totally do?
What's that?
So it has two glove boxes. It has like the little one up top and then the big one. We should totally just like run some like USBs, powered USBs into that top one. And you should just make that like a little battery charging compartment.
In the second one,
and that upper little like.
Yeah, that would actually be good for mine too. Just be able to have 2 or 3 cords just kind of attached over there.
A micro, a C,
a couple of those and just leave. Yeah, that would be a handy thing. So the other thing that I use that I think is easy to forget about are the grab handles for the back seat. Oh, so I hang stuff off of there. I'll have like right now I have earphone or ear pro, over ear pro that just slips inside there, and then I'll have a big carabiner, and I'll clip, especially if I'm traveling when we used to travel with the kids, I just have headlights strapped to it. I'd have like 4 headlights hooked to one of those just things. So you just unclip it, grab it, or unclip it and hand it to somebody. Yeah, and I'll keep 2 or 3 sets of headlamps on just hooked on that thing as far as like wasted space because I'm lazy. Like I won't go dig for something or I'll forget where I put it. Yeah. And if I'm like, there's every time I get in and out, I see that headlamp. I just know there's going to be a headlamp hanging on that thing. Yeah. And you could probably half hitch some of them on there. If you wanted to and not use the carabiner. But like I said, that little carabiner dangling there is a pretty handy piece. And using those grab handles for stuff. I think there's a lot of things you could use grab handles for. The other thing that I have that I use all the time is I have a trash bag strung between my headrests.
He has a snack bag because we have a headrest trash bag.
No, it's actually a headrest trash bag.
Oh, is it?
I just made it so it strings through there.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So it's a little bigger than the snack bag. Yeah. We maybe should make those because I use that thing every day.
Just to put it in between. Yeah. No, the headrest trash bag. That's probably instead of reclaiming wasted space, that should be called how to avoid having trash in your wasted space. Because when I don't have mine in my truck, I'm immediately like, oh my gosh, there's so many little bits of wrappers and XYZ.
It's floating around. Man, there's a little bit of that in my truck anyway. But what happens to me is I have trouble reaching that far, the low spot in the passenger seat because it's far enough away that I just don't do it, or I don't empty it well. Yeah. But when it's right between the seats, it's easy to just kind of dump that in there. Right there. And then I just pull the trash out of it and dump it. I need to make a simpler attachment system so I can unclip it and go dump it. Mm-hmm. I haven't done that yet, but maybe if we actually build that thing, I'll do that. But that is handy. And the other thing is, it's a pretty good divider because it, for the most part, keeps my dogs in the back seat.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not like an intentional dog divider, but
they just don't want to pass.
They can't just step over.
They're just not. Yeah, they're not prone to not as prone to changing seats.
I can't. I actually now I remember yours not being the snack bag. I wonder if you can just run a strap through the webbing.
That's what I did.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all mine is right now. I just have a cam lock strap like what we would have on our tire bags as the backup strap.
Oh yeah. But I mean, it could just be.
Yeah, it could be an NRS strap, anything.
I mean, it can be like quick release buckles. Even
could be. Yeah. Taking it on and off sucks. Like leaving that strap up there and having the bag detach, it would be the ticket. Yeah.
I've actually changed how I carry something that I used to not keep it in the truck full time. Is all my cables for my solar panels and my EcoFlow. I used to keep it during trips or an event season, just clipped to the headrest panel. I'm sorry, the seatback panel. Triple run, spacing the same. And one day I was in there digging around back during rooftop tent rally or OAR, and was like, oh, this is in the way. I'm needing stuff off my seat, so I unclipped it, and I just wedged it between the back seat headrest and the glass, and it just stays in there now. Like I used to not keep that on there full time.
Yeah.
But my idea, I know we talked about like projectile, but like it's a couple of cables. Like it's not going to hurt anybody.
And if it's trapped, it's at least less likely to fly.
Yeah, and it is, especially where they're coiled in that 10 by 10 packing cube. So I've thought, anytime you've got something soft or relatively lightweight, if you're in a four-door truck, a double cab truck, that's kind of a spot I never really thought about, like securing things.
Yeah.
And that way I've always got it, because I have been places before and been like, well, get the solar panels out. Oh.
Forgot the cords.
Yeah, I don't have my wireless router, so I can't charge my battery over the air with these.
Right. Yeah, and I think headrest or visor panels and headrests are the other thing. Like that's just like headrests take up no foot room for if you've got backseat passengers, and they're a handy place. You can store a fair bit of stuff to them.
Yeah,
they're easy access. I mean, again, that's why I like the first aid piece. But mine are full. Like my first aid kit's there, and it's obviously pretty well kitted. And then I have two the 4x8s on the other headrest. Whatever you use, I think the headrest is a handy place to store stuff.
Yeah. I
think visors are a handy place to store paperwork and pens and miscellaneous stuff. Yeah. Again, I have a pair, and I'm going to say this a lot because there's a lot of ear pro in my truck.
Yeah. Matt, Matt has a lot in common with our little.
How many ears do you have?
See, I'm starting to think maybe Matt just has a lot in common with our Beagle. She is also very scared of loud noises.
So I have right now, I have one set of in-ear that rides on the visor that's Velcro to the visor, just sticky Velcro stuck to it and put on the visor. And then I've got two sets over ear, one on each door handle. And then I have extra batteries for those in my headrest panel. And then I have at least a bag or two bags of foamy
GPs,
that are sitting in door pockets. Yeah. I coach a 4-H rifle team.
Yeah.
And, kids forgetting ear pro and stuff like that is a probability, my kids included. So, I'm an extreme example of that probably.
Yeah. Speaking of the ear pro, that's important when shooting a rifle. And I have a rifle I can't shoot because I don't have a magazine for it. So if you could bring that back, just throwing that reminder out there.
I do appreciate that. I will remember to load said magazine.
Like I said, hell, I'll buy another one off of you. So if you want to make a little money on holding mine hostage, I'll buy a second one.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's fine.
I have. Yeah, and the worst thing is I'm not magazine poor on that front specific magazine.
So a place that we've talked about before, not on this episode too, is and I know it really depends on the vehicle or the truck or whatever, is underseat storage. Mm-hmm. My truck isn't one of those that it's like cavernous, but there's a good amount. And I think finding stuff that works there. I know it's a running joke, but mine has really nice cubbies that when you open the back doors, you can access without opening it. And I keep three things I consider to be really important to keep in the truck full time. Tent stakes for my awning, but also for like other people's. I've got a handful. There's probably 8 or 10 of just cheap, aluminum tent stakes. Road flares and toilet paper.
I figured out why you have so many more road flares than me.
Why is that?
Because I use mine all the fucking time.
Oh, I mean, I use mine too, but I just have a pretty strict restocking schedule.
And I don't, but I will say that I have in the last 2 months, probably lit 6.
Oh, so, okay, maybe I haven't done that many. The last time I did, I was burning some closet doors. We were replacing some closet doors, and when I removed the old ones, they just disintegrated, the slats.
Yeah.
And so I got them out to the back of the house and on the gravel and was just like, I'm not taking these any further. And literally threw them down and got a road flare and chucked it into the pile of closet doors and burned it in my driveway.
Yeah. So, we have a lot of deadfall stuff that gets cleaned up every year. And so I always have a couple piles on the list that anytime it's raining, I kick loose. But
now I keep pre-measured guy lines for my lining, and I keep those tent stakes, and the other side is road flares and toilet paper. Because my thought being, if you really need your toilet paper, you want it easy access.
Yeah, no, that's a good call.
And then under seat, mine is very shallow, so it's like one of our Atlas cases. I keep my wilderness first aid manual in there. A couple other like small flat things, you've only got about 8 inches of storage underneath my seat.
And this is the front or back seat?
The back seat.
Okay, back seat. Because I need to look at what I've got actually room for under the front seats.
Yeah,
because I have a little bit of room.
Your back seat holds like your tool bag and stuff, right, underneath your seat.
My back seat has so much crap in it.
No, I mean under it.
Like, that's what I mean. Under it. That's what I mean.
See, like mine, there's no way you could put a stock tool bag under it.
2 full tool rolls in there, like full air tools kit.
Yeah.
It used to have that blanket in there, and it's up here now. I need to replace that. It's got rain gear.
Yeah, no.
It's got rain gear for me and rain gear for a rifle. It has.
That's one of my main complaints. It's actually like the molding
a puffy
of the
jacket.
Footwell. That's what kills mine. It comes up underneath the seat.
Yeah, and mine has and I think a puffy jacket is all underneath there right now.
No, mine's like 4 atlases, a first aid manual, the poles for my rooftop tent, the little overhang, probably a couple like soft shackles, and that's it. Like it does not hold a lot. So
yeah, no, I've got a ton of stuff, but I was just thinking that the carpet probably in my truck, just in front of the floor mats underneath the front seat, probably is enough Velcro sticky, like would hold Velcro just enough that I could probably put something in there. I could probably use that space for something, and I haven't. So I need to investigate that along with my Velcro in my cubby pouch to.
It's weird. So my taco, I could put our Velcro pouches like on the center hump, but in the ZR2, they won't stick.
So yeah, mine doesn't hold Velcro real well, but I think it would hold it enough that it just wouldn't rattle out of there. That was more.
That's why I want to get some of the center console like Molly panels, because like I kept like just 4x8s just stuck to the side of like by the shifter.
Yeah,
and they will not stay.
Toyotas stick really well up through a series of years. I don't know if the new ones do, but the older ones, the carpet is like the best Velcro.
Yeah, no,
ever.
it was really good. Like they didn't go anywhere. But my Tacoma or my ZR2, they just won't like.
And my Suburban was like that too. Like I used to have on the back of my second row seats.
Oh yeah, because they were like essentially the same carpet. Yeah. So
my vehicle has quite literally no under seat. Like there is no space to put. Maybe under the front seat, you could put like a small. I think I had a little battery in there or something. But the back seat, literally, there is no under the seat.
And your upcoming vehicle, you won't be able to either because they sink into
sink in.
Yeah, when they fold flat. Yeah.
Take guesses on what vehicle I'm looking at.
Guys, it's gonna be the best build series ever. I'm so excited. It's like a friend's getting a puppy, and I don't have to take it out at 4 a.m. I don't have to clean up its poop, but I can play with it. That's exactly how I feel about this potential purchase.
We're a little concerned about whether you're a good enough mechanic. That will be your hit.
But if it's not, it'll make him one.
Let's turn you into a mechanic for sure.
Totally. That's a real thing. That's a real question.
And like he had said this, and I've heard this too, that's one of the last years that your shade tree mechanic can mechanic on them before they just go so complicated and full of crap and plastic.
Minus the electronics, which one of the things I've read over and over is there's a device that you can. It's not just a code reader, but it's like you can write to. You can reprogram.
I have one of those programmer.
Yeah, and everyone's like, you buy that if you
just build it into the cost.
I don't think you have to because I think I can sell you one.
There you go.
Because I have.
I think you would still be buying it.
But I mean, I can get you a good deal on it. But mine plugs into your laptop, and you have to download the software, and then you can actually go in and reprogram stuff.
Yeah.
Change the parameters on things, and
it's like you must wherever it's like just do that the day you buy that.
Yeah. So I can help you
Here,
out
we
with
can't
that.
give away too much. Everybody has guesses about what Logan might be picking up.
I think a lot of people will have guesses based on just the few things we said.
Yeah. But no, you got to get specific, not just like make. We need make, model. If you get the year, we'll send you something for free.
We keep threatening that.
No. I mean, I'll just pull something off the shelf and send it to you. So I was gonna.
Speaking of sending things, should we?
Yeah. I was gonna bring this up in the next episode. So hey, made it to the In Club, longtime listeners. We totally are aware that we talked about patches and then we didn't talk about them. Well, we've shifted gears. We have a new capability in the shop to make some patches, but it is pretty time consuming, and the margin for error is not great.
Well, we'll see. We're working on some concepts that are pretty.
Yeah, there's one method where it's like we know we can do it, but we're not sure we can do it repeatedly and quickly. We found another way to make some patches that I think arguably look just as cool, and it's way harder to mess up. So we are going to have some bonfire patches. We will send those to. I've got a list of folks in the shop.
Yep.
We will just send those to you. You know, we'll have those available. But yeah, we have not forgot that. We just, the holiday season drags us out back behind the shop, beats us up, and takes our lunch money. It takes us a little while to recover, and then
we
had ice and snowstorms. The shop was closed for 5 days. XYZ.
It's been more than that.
2025.
Out of
an interesting year so far.
Out of 10 days, we were only here 3, and one of them the power went out halfway through.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Just been crazy.
Yeah.
And that includes a holiday. Like that includes President's Day and like weekends even. We couldn't even get in and ship on Saturdays. Holy crap. Anyway, we're digging ourselves out of that mess at the moment.
So we're bringing it back. The made it to the In Club, the bonfire patches, like that is still going to be a thing. So
yes.
Should we ask for some input on the secondary piece of that here?
I don't remember what.
Okay, so the idea that we had is that it would be a 2-part patch or a multi-part patch. The one that we'd send, what we're talking about right now is the bonfire logo. That's kind of the base. But we had the idea that we could make some top pieces like chevrons to go on it that would say different things, like I waste my time with the Overland Bonfire, or maybe if you're on the show, like I was on the Overland Bonfire, these kinds of things.
So, yeah. No, like, so there would be like chevrons of like made it to the In Club. I survived. I wasted time. If you're a guest, Chad qualifies for one.
Yeah.
So if you have ideas, that's something, leave comments if there are things you would like to see as a patch that would be clever or make fun of ourselves or yourselves. Really something snarky.
Yeah,
for sure. This couch eats me. I get slowly
no.
I feel like
trust me, been there. That couch is hard to be like productive with.
Yeah, I'm like keep scooting back trying to sit up, and then
I mean, for one thing, we don't have any legs on it, and two,
good call. That probably is.
We probably should just reupholster those or restuff those. Cut the foam for these cushions. Like
we need pillows on the back, so that instead of leaning all the way back, it's more of like a comfortable here.
Legs would help though.
Yeah, legs would help. That'd get us somewhere. Yeah, it's almost like it was designed to have those.
And Logan and I actually found like instead of the ones there that I still have left at the house, there's like some taller ones because those are only like 2 or 2.5, 3 inches. We found some at Lowe's that are like 6 inches. I think that would help with the setting up too. So hey, if you got any reclaiming wasted space like storage hacks in your vehicle, let us know. You guys always have some good input on the topics that not just sharing it amongst the crowd, but like that we can apply. And let us in the comments. I have no idea how. I forgot to look at my watch. I don't know how long this one has went. It could be maybe we've been in here a day. I don't know. Well, hey, as always, thanks for listening to the Blue Ridge Overland.
No.
Matt, Logan and Rick show podcast.
Overland podcast. That's what.
Overland Bonfire.
Jason's not going to make it to this far in it, so I can call whatever I want at this point.
I don't know.
It's the Overland Bonfire Podcast.
Overland Bonfire Podcast.
As far as we know.
Last week.
Now.
I got shot down. I thought we should call it the broadcast.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
BROGCAST.
I don't know why we didn't solicit listener opinions on the name.
Yeah.
Not that we listened to you, but we would like to know what you thought.
I do have one thing for the Made It to the End Club. Before I was here, before Logan was here, I don't even think Matt was even on the podcast at that point. Apparently, he used to do giveaways. Should we bring back giveaways for the podcast episodes? And if so, how should we implement them? That's what I want to know from the few of the proud that Made It to the End Club.
Yeah, apparently we used to do giveaways.
Because I've got another, I have a confession to make. I didn't listen to it back then, so I don't even know how they did the giveaways then.
I confess that I might not have listened to them either.
Yeah. I mean, I have access to it. I mean, I could do it now, but yeah. So there's that. On that sad note, we'll catch you in 2 weeks.